summary of what's going on in the Farm Bill. And as David mentioned, I'm going to have to get on a plane and go to Washington. We got here later than we thought because of bad weather, not here in Genesee County, but downstate, that delayed our departure. Poor governor had to come on my little propeller plane and fly up. He bounced around plane. We were late, so I apologize. But let me just give you a little summary of the Farm Bill. As you know, one of my goals was to put Northeast dairy on the map in Washington. It had been forgotten, basically. And, see, now we're remembering it. Our dairy farmers, our specialty crop growers, just got no attention. We were a big row crop farmer, doing cotton in Texas, or wheat in North Dakota, or corn in Iowa, you did great. But if you were milking 120 cows over in Wyoming County, you didn't do very well. And if you were growing apples on the shores of Lake Ontario, Wayne, or Orleans, or Niagara County, you weren't doing well. And we first succeeded in creating the milk program, which gave our dairy farmers some support. We did a whole lot of other things. Well, I'm happy to tell you that the coalition that I've talked to you about in terms of the Northeast is just, and we've really succeeded in the Farm Bill. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but the conference was agreed to late Friday, and now the House and Senate will have one final vote. And then, of course, we will have, the President has said he will veto the bill, which is really a shame for New York agriculture, for agriculture in the whole country. The good news is, and we have a bipartisan coalition, Democrats and Republicans, and I am quite certain that we have enough votes in the Senate to override the President's veto, but we're going to need your help and help from farmers across the country. And then we'll need to do the same thing in the House of Representatives. But let me just give you briefly, because I want to give the governor most of the time here, what has happened in this Farm Bill. First, for the milk program, it's expanded. It's better. And I want to thank John Lincoln, it's nodding his head. This is the John Lincoln who lives in Ontario, not Livingston County. Raises the repayment rate to 45%. Increases covered milk to 2.9 million pounds. And most importantly, takes into account the cost of production. So if feed prices go up, so does the target price. If the law were in effect today, the target price would be over $19, not close to $16 that it is. And because the amount of milk goes, the amount of total milk goes up, more cows are covered on each farm. In the Senate, we had it up to 250. They knocked it down some in the House bill, but it's still considerably higher than it was before. So that means the milk safety net will be there. And it will be there even in good times when they're good in the sense that it looks like the price for agricultural goods is higher, but so the cost to the farmers much higher. In terms of, and we made even more progress on specialty crops. For the first time, specialty crops, fruits and vegetables, dairy is #1 in New York State, specialty crops are #2, and they're far and away our biggest producers. Specialty crops will be put on the map. David, the state will get $400 million in block grants, and you can decide how to figure out how to spend that money for New York specialty crops. So that is very, very good news. There is also $300 million to combat pests and diseases, and we're going to get some of that money for the plum pox and for the other diseases that we have. And most of all, there is, as I said, a program just like the milk program that will say to apple growers, to cherry growers and others, when the price gets below a certain level, you're not going to be put out of business. You'll be able to get some kind of level of support. It's the first time that that has ever happened. There are lots of other good things in the Farm Bill as well, and I'll be reporting those to you when the bill is finished. but we couldn't have done better. We couldn't have done better in Northeast agriculture, and I want to thank so many of you in this audience who helped us make that